At some point in time, we'll be serving you a salad, okay? And you'll find that also at the end of the whole thing, we have handouts for you, okay? And there's a salad, the salad recipe's in there, so if you like it, fine. If you don't like it, you can see what's in there and say, I'm never going to order that again. That's okay. All right? So this is one of the ways that things kind of work a little bit. So you're going to get handouts you can take home with you that talks a little more about what we're doing. You're going to get other information you're going to see and stuff like that. You're sitting amongst a group of people that want to help if they know you need help. Okay? I mean, it's up to you to ask and that kind of stuff. We're here to help, that's for sure. Okay? Given that, if you have a question now for me or about the organization, I'm happy to answer. Okay? All right? If you think of something, that's fine. If when you came in, if you're new, okay, who was it? Oh, yeah. Very vegetarian. Okay. This book, just by happenstance, right? There is an introduction written by Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis, for those of you that know or don't know, is one of the best Olympic athletes the world has ever seen. Okay? An Olympic athlete, to be an Olympic athlete year after Olympics after Olympics after Olympics after Olympics, because there's 4 years in between them. I mean, that's very, very, very unusual because you're going to be in really super, super, super shape for all those years. Very tough. Right? And he tells you quite frankly, he says, I never would have done any of that if I hadn't eaten this way. He's just one of the many, many, many athletes. Most of the world's best athletes eat this way. Most of them will not tell you about it because there's no way in the world they can make any money because the broccoli people aren't going to pay them to advertise it. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's the world we live in. So that's it. That's what can you do, you know? Talking about athletes, eat and run, Scott Jurek. Scott Jurek ran the 24-hour race. You run as far as you can in 24 hours. That's it. You want to take a break and go watch a movie, you can do it. But in 24 hours, you see how far you can run. Okay? Now, most people know that people can run a marathon. Some people can run 2 marathons in a day, which is really, I can't quite imagine that. All right? Scott Jurek set a world record, 24 hours, 165.7 miles.
Wow.
This was a guy that had been fat and sick his whole life until we got to be late teenage years and decided he wanted to change his style. He wanted to do something, right? And what he did is change his eating. And all of a sudden became a good athlete, and then a marathoner, and then an ultra marathoner, and so on and so on. I mean, I'll meet you in Atlanta tomorrow. I'm running. But you can imagine that? I mean, I get tired if I drive 165 miles. And in case you're wondering, particularly for the new people, all right, also in the handouts, all right, you have a suggested reading list, okay, which has a lot of these books and a few more. They're all available at the library, so it doesn't cost you a penny. But it doesn't hurt to kind of just get one and just kind of, you know, take a look at it. You sit around the house for a little bit and kind of page through it, and you never know, you might find something you really like, okay? Also, too, there is, because most of the people we deal with are mature age, right? Often include a bit of a humor, and it's almost always adult humor. So if you're going to blame anybody, you blame me. It's okay, but there's one on there I think you will like. I'm not going to read it because you need to read it because of the way it's worded and so on. So it's better off written than talking about. She is kind of getting set up a little bit.